Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN with your faves, Kevin and Azam, featuring Jade, Gwen, Idita, CPL Johnson, who's seated directly on my left and looking lovely this morning.
Thank you.
Yes, it is Tuesday, March 15th. Jade, how are you doing?
It's quite cloudy, Little scattered showers here and there.
I saw what time the script came in this morning.
So you know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's been a long morning.
I just get a message from a friend of mine and he was like, oh, I just have to go drop somebody work. You know me not up these jumpy time, yeah.
Must be nice. Must be nice. But we have to apologize for our little late start. Traffic was kind of rough,
But people be wilding out there, by.
Traffic was kind of rough, Mingalai.
People be, hey, if I tell you what it is I had to do just now, right? I was waiting for the call from our good friend downstairs.
That mean, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Illegal, let me say, lawless.
Well, that's the theme.
That apparently that is the theme.
Ooh, bye, oh bye. Me tell about me sweet countries, I do it.
Hey.
Yeah, how are you? How are you, friend? How are you?
I am doing well. A bit tired as well. I got up way too early this morning. I don't know why I do that to myself, but it's been done.
I didn't get up too early. Matter of fact, it was the total opposite.
You got up a bit late?
A bit? I got up so late that my roommate was like, what Jade?
Good.
Where are you? The girl. Yeah, them late nights I'm gonna have a lot of those late nights coming up, friend.
Jade, how do you feel about roommates in general?
I love mine.
Is this your first time living with a roommate? Like outside of family, like?
Oh, outside of family and relationships?
Okay, I wouldn't have known who you live with.
Okay, so yeah, basically.
How do you feel about different sexes living together, roommates?
I mean, if no romantic stuff involved, then I don't see the issue.
Do you believe that person's significant others like believe the fact that there's no romantic stuff going on?
Yeah, if you trust your significant other, like...
Who trusts their significant other, Jade? What kind of utopia are you living in? Who trusts their significant other in this time? And what?
Yikes.
People ain't even trust themselves.
Yeah.
People ain't even trust themselves.
Yikes. Well, I have friends that trust theirs, and from what I've seen, there's no issues. I don't see an issue like this, and
I don't see issue.
people can cheat no matter what, you know. Put like the proximity and change it. The proximity is not going to change.
As a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say the proximity probably lessens the likelihood of it happening.
Yeah, because who can cheat with the most obvious person in the room?
It ain't even the most obvious person. Jade, when you live with people, it's different.
True.
When you live with people, it's different. When I was in university.
Oh, you went to school?
Yes. You know, up to now, people don't understand what I went to school to.
Yeah, well, for them to understand.
I talk about people like close to me, working with me for years, and so they don't know what. Anyway. But
do I know where I went to school for?
Precisely.
Yeah, you went to school to be an engineer?
No. See, most people think I went to school to do sound.
Where went to school for?
Show production. So, like, I did sound.
That's cool. I mean, I know what I mean.
Yeah, I did sound, I did lights, I did video.
Haha.
Yeah.
For all you people who want y'all shows to look proper. Because I don't know what y'all be doing. Some of y'all shows, we could tell that nobody on the team went to school. So, you know, I'm just saying. Carry on, friend. Carry on.
So, when I was in school, I had, at one point, I lived with 3 different women.
Vibes. You still eat good, eh?
Okay. DJ Shabba has made a point on the.
Sir, we did me, yo.
No, we're talking in general. So the man is speaking his truth.
His truth is that his roommate turned into his wife.
So DJ Shabang is stating the fact that his roommate is now his wonderful wife. Who?
Was she
ever met your wife? I don't know. The gremlins, Jade. Just ignore it.
I just want to make sure you see what I see.
Yep.
Okay, just. Okay.
Gremlins.
Was she his prospect before the roommate situation?
It was his roommate, and then she
but
turned into.
But was he eying his roommate before, like, you know, like
the man was just looking somebody to help pay a bill. See, no, the man was just looking somebody to help pay a bill, and then she paid the bill so well
that she became my wife.
That he realized this is wifey material.
But my roommate can't marry me, so I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sad.
But no, but the thing about it was I remember I had a friend who came to visit me, and she felt very uncomfortable. She felt very uncomfortable with the fact
that your roommate is a woman.
That I had 2. that I had 2 roommates that were female. I remember one time.
See, I tell you so. Me wrong.
Remember one time.
Me wrong.
Jade,
the man said maybe with eyes. He didn't look in.
No, it's not that. He was looking for a roommate, found a roommate, but it just so happened that she was attractive.
Vibes.
So.
She paid her way into the marriage.
I don't think that's what happened, Gawain. DJ Shabang would have seen qualities in this lovely young woman that caused him to recognize, hey, she's a keeper. But I remember, okay, Jade, my roommates, full disclosure, they were of the Caucasian variety, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't do this thing where they try to cook themselves. You know why people are trying to cook themselves?
What do you mean? Oh, outside?
Yeah, they just call it sunbathing. so they go on.
Outside. Mr.
And
Chicken.
they have a one side done,
Yeah,
they turn over
man.
and thing. So my roommates would do this regularly, like every Sunday in the backyard. We had a pool, they go in the by the sitting around by the pool.
Oh, so your friend was a little uncomfortable.
It was
saying
uncomfortable that yeah, my roommates were naked in the backyard.
Yeah, but
It's like it was,
under the
there was
parent, they're allowed.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like it was like in my mind it was never a thing. Like it was never.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where trust comes into play. Because they have to trust your word when you say that what you're thinking happening, it never gonna happen.
Both of them were attractive, but both of them were also crazy. And because I
You're
was
like crazy one of them.
no. By this time, I had started to wean off. I
Okay,
may have
fine.
relapsed. I may have relapsed
In the latter years.
In the latter
Yeah,
years,
but,
but
you know.
but I am now in therapy for that.
Oh, there you go.
I'm working on myself.
First step is acknowledgement.
Yeah, man. I've weaned myself off that variety of woman.
Okay, well, I mean,
And there's nothing wrong, you know. You just need to
No.
know what's right for you.
that's I think it's man thing. They're like crazy one.
Okay, hold on.
Melee.
Well,
Melee friend think it's like crazy one.
we have a few Kititian men who are on the live. Can anyone on the live confirm or deny Jade's claims? I would love to know because
If they prefer
no, it is not. It might not be a
the women spicy.
It might not be a preference.
Okay.
And I'm working with you because you said like. So, and then the thing too, you see, the thing too, like, I think what it is for most men, most men see the positives in a young woman. You know,
Okay.
we look for the redeeming qualities sometimes before we recognize the ones that we should, we should be wary of, or perhaps we should.
Gawain, I said the Kititian and Nivision brethren
Wow.
in this beautiful island that we live in
Yes,
prefer their women a little spicy,
a little spicy.
a little extra dip in the chip. Really?
Jade,
I'm not like I've never lied to you guys.
I'm only one man, so I won't even try to.
That's okay.
I won't even try to put my personal experiences,
No.
on the rest of the population.
Jetty the TV curly na SK man. Have you got to ask that?
If you got to, wow, wow. I would be very. Okay, let me ask you a question. You think this is a new development, or this has been something that's been passed down through generations?
Generational.
I think so too.
I've seen some things as him.
Jade, I've seen people's grandmothers.
Okay. When I used to talk about my grandmother done chalk in a hot water and their husband and so. Why are you telling me? Where me explain you can't comment.
You want me to tell you what the problem is here, Jade?
What?
The problem is that generally when people have this conversation, because this seems to be a prevailing notion among the populace, but when we move the conversation forward, generally what I start hearing is that SK man does turn woman crazy. That's generally the comeback.
Also then
No, and I have no comment, no opinion on the matter. I just tell you what the arguments proposed generally are. So
you say, I mean, listen, from the general consensus and from the research and stuff that I've done, you may have a point. Because some of the things these men in this country does do, right?
see,
I don't believe you're real.
This is like the proverbial question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? SK man like crazy woman, or SK man does turn woman crazy?
It's a good question.
I tell you, I don't think we'll ever get the answer.
Just know some type of crazy just have to be in there. Just
Nah, I won't have you putting that on our young ladies. We have amazing, lovely young women
I ain't saying nothing wrong with them. I ain't saying nothing wrong
who
with
are quite well adjusted and quite incapable of doing things that anyone can classify as such.
them. Okay.
if you see Jay on these glasses, I'm a little scared, Jade.
Why? Why, Fred?
People could see you on the camera, Jade.
I may do that. I'm just having a conversation. I think woman done crazy.
I think what it is just that
I think you got to be crazy to. Never mind.
I think what it is that sometimes because of the innate differences between men and women, sometimes we bump heads. Sometimes clash differences,
I see.
differences of opinion, differences in needs, wants, desires, etc. And sometimes these differences cause friction. And a lot of times when you have friction, Jade, it causes heat.
Oh.
I think and sparks. I think the heat and the sparks is what you refer to as crazy. Now, bear in mind, some people like heat.
Kitchens? They like the food spicy?
I think the little friction, the heat and thing is what you're calling that.
Keep the blood pumping. Yeah, I don't know what I watch it either. I don't just watch highlight, yeah, man. I literally have friends who have said this. They like women with a little more, you know.
No,
like,
look, there are some people. No, again, let's be totally honest and move the conversation.
Okay.
Right? Some of us have, for whatever reason, perhaps it is based on our own experiences, perhaps trauma, perhaps on what we have seen in other relationships. Perhaps it's a whole society thing and what we are cultured into believing is desirable. But some of us have real desires for some traits that on the surface, and I don't like to use this word, but I'll use it now for want of a better word, toxic.
Bad. As ever, one of the biggest songs in this country up to today is a song called Toxic by our very own Byron Messiah. Go stream Toxic, guys.
Big up yourself, Byron.
They love that song. Like, they go crazy for that song as him.
I've heard people say, okay, one of the big things when we start talking about women, I've heard women from St. Kitts who have either migrated for school or work or whatever.
Hold on, Cleo, this ain't for you. Cleo, you and Theo A have this type of relationship. Y'all are very happy and normal, hopefully. And, you know, is it?
No, Cleo and Theo have couple goals, relationship goals. Like them,
they should be the blueprint.
Yeah. I don't hear. Watch it. I wish a woman would support me half as much as Cleo to support Theo.
I will want a man calling on a radio station and say how much he love me.
But yeah.
These things don't happen to us as ever.
Never happen to who?
Theo and Cleo, is it? Anyway, carry on.
So you would hear women who migrate, they say things like they can't deal with men from other countries, particularly those countries down south, like Trinidad, St. Vincent,
Dominica?
Dominica and so. Or men from let's say the metropole, from US, right? Because they're soft. They say Kittitian men.
They're soft?
They say Kittitian men have a certain tone about them, let's say more aggressive, that they interpret as manly. So I'll be honest with you, Jay. The first time I went to Trinidad, it was very unsettling for me hearing the men talk. because coming from my Kitisham background and thing, and if you try, you recognize we talk very rough and is aggressive, the way we speak.
Yeah, we do.
So, but this is our norm. So when you go into places where they let's say sing talk,
Sing talk, indeed.
I'll be totally, and this is full disclosure. I was very young. It came out very effeminate. The way the men spoke.
The voice just didn't have enough.
Anybody? What saying? Can you just speak, please? Why are you singing while you speak? That sounds to me, Jade.
This boy's your boy.
I'm just being totally honest. It sounds so. I think what happens is that sometimes, because of our background and stuff like that, we have desire for certain traits that we interpret as this one girl, right? I remember this one girl. She was so torn. Like she loved her dad. She loved her dad so much. And what she recognized was one of the things that she liked in men was men who smoke. She didn't smoke, but she liked men who smoked because it was like her dad. So in her mind,
What kind of smoking are doing? Cigarettes?
No.
Okay, well I could understand.
No, but what I'm saying is, so she associated that with manliness because it was what her dad did.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't a matter of
That's
if
a
she.
wild prerequisite, but you
If,
like what
but,
you like.
but that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it comes down to, I've heard, I remember this one girl told me she cannot deal with a man who doesn't have chest hair because her dad has chest hair, and so it's like it was like, okay, that's a sissy man. He ain't gonna chest hair.
Yeah, wild.
But no, it's not wild. People develop these things based on their experiences and their backgrounds, and so you develop your idea of.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to date.
Of manhood and womanhood and stuff like that. Everybody has things. They don't, and nobody feel like you're above this.
No.
Like,
everybody have their.
Yeah, everybody have their things.
Somebody said, and quite a few Bajan men too. How is it you speak in a falsetto? Oh, you mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
Y'all mean.
It is weird, but honest. Maybe a bit mean, but honest.
Oh, what you say?
With the cracking up. But I'm telling you, like, see. 50 Cent, she prefer to be the one with the vices. Now, I know what my vices are. And generally what happens when I am honest about my vices, people go, red flag, red flag, red flag. I mean, don't really stop nothing most of the time. But,
No, I don't think it will.
but the thing is, though, you have to know what your vices are. You have to be willing to share those with people who you're getting close to. Because then they have to know how to deal with you. They have to know how to handle you. If you don't tell people, hey, this is me.
Yeah, you don't want to surprise people like that.
And the thing about it too, let us be quite honest. A lot of us like our vices and have no desire to change them.
Of course not.
And
That's why we tell people about them.
No. A lot of times people would say they'll tell people what their vices are. And the tone in which they express it suggests as though, man, this is something I'm working on. I'm trying to. You ain't even thinking. No, you like
working on.
You like it. You like it.
Happening.
You like it. You like it.
Definitely not happening.
You like it. You like it. And we all have these vices. We all have them. So don't try to feel you're better than nobody because nobody perfect.
Moral of the story.
No, but today is saying it's the same with men, and that's what I'm saying. We develop the ideas of womanhood. A lot of men subconsciously go after women who have either physical or characteristic traits of the mother.
I believe you.
Yeah, because that's your definition of that helps to define your definition of womanhood.
Yeah, that is true. Very true.
Yeah.
But guys, we have to take a pause on our conversation because we have our usual segment on Tuesday, talking trash with our lovely friends from the solid waste department. So stick and stay. We'll be right back with more Island Tea right here with Media SKN.
If you say you love your country. Try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Win Media SKN. It is Tuesday, and so you know what that means. We are no, we are joined in the studio with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation, here for Talking Trash. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good.
Now are you talking?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not hearing us? No, you're good, you know. You hearing me now?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you could go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talking Trash. Hi, Jade. Hi, Azim. How are you guys doing?
We are doing well. At the last check, yes, we're doing well.
Okay. At the last check. Well, I hope that continues for another set of checks, right? So this morning, of course, you guys know that I don't like to necessarily always come alone. I like to bring some friends with me, and
Indeed.
so I will allow the person to introduce themselves. But first, let me say good morning to our listeners on the radio, and of course, those of you joining us on YouTube, on Facebook. For whatever time you join in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whichever applies. And so I'll allow the gentleman to introduce himself.
Well, greetings to everyone in the viewing and listening public. My name is Karim Sadler from the Department of Marine Resources.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, just by hearing where Karim is coming from, we know what we're going to tackle today. We do continue with our topic, waste matters, and so today we're going to delve into why waste matters when it comes to the marine sector. Okay, so first of all, does waste matter?
Well, it matters a great deal. It impacts a lot of different areas as it relates to the marine space, from just the way it looks.
Right.
You know, our health, our safety in the water, our money-making ability as a country, as individuals, you know, that would operate businesses in that space. Waste and how it is managed it plays a very important role.
Okay, so waste and how it's managed plays an important role. So in your opinion, is waste managed effectively in St. Kitts? Or do we have room for improvement?
Well,
I mean, there's always room for improvement, but
of course there is.
yes.
Well, specifically as it relates to the marine space and the surrounding areas, you know, the coastline, there is a lot of room for improvement.
Okay.
You know, people tend to go to the beaches. You know, we've seen an improvement over time doing beach cleanups where persons don't just leave trash so much spread out on the beach. People actually take garbage bags now, you know, and they would put the trash in there. But then there are now some areas where that is compiled, but there is no collection.
Okay.
So while it is in one place, it's consolidated, you know, over time, plastic bags, the garbage bags, they tend to get brittle, and so the trash still ends up being spread all over the place. So I do commend persons who take trash bags with them. But however, I would encourage you at the end of your day, take those same trash bags with you when you're leaving, because there's no
Yes.
collection on the beach.
Okay. So we have seen improvement in terms of individuals taking that initiative and at least collecting the
Their
waste.
awareness that
Yes, there's
you
an
know, it
awareness that
needs
this
to
is
be-
detrimental somehow,
Yes.
and they do believe that they're doing something good, and they are, but they need to see it through to the end in terms of removing the waste in its entirety from the beach
from the beach.
and so forth. Okay, and you also spoke about it hitting our pockets. So businesses that operate within that sphere, what types of businesses operate within that sphere?
Okay, well, on the shore, you have guys that do beach chair rentals, you have bars and stuff like that. You're going to have to pay someone to
Right.
clean up an area, even if it's not you directly responsible.
So can I play devil's advocate and say, you know, they're providing employment?
Well, technically, or you can look at it this way. People are just irresponsible sometimes. you
True
know.
that, yes.
However, also underwater, because sometimes the wind, which is one of the major contributors to marine litter, the wind blows a lot of that stuff into the water. You
Because
have
a lot of that stuff is also very light.
Yes, you have a lot of persons who own boats, who go out fishing, persons who do transportation. A plastic bag could be very easily sucked into an engine, you know, stuff like that. So there's damage to person's property. Who's going to take the responsibility for that?
Right.
You know, you're not going to track down who that plastic bag belongs to, but that individual now has to pay money. Like, and
get that boat fixed.
sometimes depending on the extent of the damage, it could be quite a large sum in order to get that boat fixed, and then it slows down everything. You want to go to Nevis, and there's no boat. You know,
Oh dear, 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 dear.
I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of these small things can have, you know, larger impacts up the chain.
So for me, I was always aware that it affects marine life, but I never considered that it also affects
Yes, in
the boats and so
transportation,
forth,
but
transportation.
as it relates to fishing, you know, if there's a lot of trash on coral reefs and stuff like that, the fish, you know, they are impacted by that. You know, you're essentially, depending on what it is, you could destroy corals. You know, you have runoff. That is another big thing. There's stuff that we use, even in sunscreen. There's some
yes.
microplastic beads that are used in sunscreen that could be washed off in the water, and that floats around in the water, and fish would eat that. So it ends up in the food chain. So now we are impacting ourselves directly. So we are eating plastic.
So
that
some
we
some
put-
of us might say we, in terms of the local population, don't really use sunscreen. However, it is the tourist population that comes in on a regular basis that usually uses the sunscreen. Is there something that we can put in place that will mitigate that? Is there some way to control that?
Well, I believe that there is something that can be done, but from our perspective, from our standpoint, the idea is to make people aware of the effects of these things, so that if you're going to go to anywhere that sells sunscreen, maybe it's for your child, because I buy it for my kids if we go to the beach.
I have
You
none.
know, be aware, read the label. You know, so awareness is one of the critical things, and so I think that is one of the reasons why a show like this is so important, because while we may not be able to say, okay, hey, we're going to put a ban on these products tomorrow, you know, we can say, I am aware, take personal responsibility,
Right.
like those individuals who take their trash from the beach, you know.
Because there
take-
are individuals who do take their trash from the
so
beach.
take personal responsibility and read labels. Look at stuff that you can do personally to change how waste in general impacts our environment.
Okay, so responsibility. We coming down to the meat of it is that we have to take personal responsibility. It's not just about any entity. It's not just about any entity in terms of marine or solid waste or anyone, environment. As individuals in the Federation, we have to take personal responsibilities. So you spoke about in terms of consumer responsibility, reading labels and so forth. Are there any other products besides sunscreen that affect marine life that we might be taking for granted or aren't aware?
There are some household products, you know, cleaning stuff, detergents, that are phosphate-based. And phosphorus is it's an element that influences bloom in plants.
Okay.
Plankton, which algae, these are plants. And so when you have the runoff from household discharges and stuff like that, it increases the amount of plankton in the water, the amount of algae in the water. And what that does is, as it breaks down, it increases the acidity of the water. So ocean acidification now becomes an issue. When that happens, it decreases the amount of oxygen available in the water for the fish, and so the fish tend to move away from that area. You know what I mean? So there's going to be less fish for us to eat. It can also cause fish kills in some isolated areas where the water doesn't circulate as much, you know. That area becomes considered hypoxic. It's extremely low in oxygen, and then you might find fish just floating belly up on top of the water, and it could directly be because of some of these things, you know. So, plastic bottles,
Right?
you know, these things end up in the water very, very easily, plastic cups and stuff like that. And what these things do is they allow for algae and other organisms, you know, that could be harmful to the environment to attach on them and grow. You know, so there are a lot of different things that we don't pay attention to so much, because plastic products are just one and done, you know. We don't really think about the effects later down.
Right. Well, I was at an event recently, and it hit me sort of hard. I do not understand, because even prior to me starting to work at Solid Waste, I have always been somebody who takes my trash with me. Or I would find a garbage bin, a dustbin, and I will put it in there. Now, persons are having, consuming beverages and so forth, and the first thing, as soon as they finish, is to drop the cup right where they are. Well, I don't understand why people do this, but can you explain to us how detrimental that can be, whether you're close to the shoreline or even away from the shoreline?
I remember some time ago there was a promotional video that was done called A Plastic Tale. It was on Facebook, on YouTube, and it showed where a plastic bag could travel from all the way in the mountains
Yes.
down to the sea. You know, as I mentioned before, you have the wind that moves a lot of trash. You have water from heavy rain and also near waterways and stuff like that. They have the drainage areas. Plastic bags in particular and clear plastic bags are very detrimental to turtles.
Yes.
That's as one species in particular that is one of the major reasons why the fight against plastics in the ocean is so critical, is so important, because they mistake them for jellyfish. The leatherback turtles mistake them for jellyfish. And they go at them, they eat them, and then they're choking because you have this plastic bag stuck in your throat, and then when you actually do try to eat, you
Yes.
can't get to swallow anything. You know what I mean? And these are critical parts of ocean ecosystem, marine ecosystems. And so we are actually impacting ourselves. When we drop something somewhere indiscriminately,
Yes.
no matter how far away from the ocean. St. Kitts Nevis is only, so
It's tiny.
yeah, it's really, really small. And so everywhere essentially is close to the ocean.
True.
So anything you drop anywhere could possibly
Get to the ocean.
get to
yes.
the ocean.
Okay, so in terms of the Marine Resource Department, what can you say are the major challenges that you as a department face, and what can the public do? What can we as a community, what can we as citizens and residents do in order to assist in overcoming those challenges?
Well, in terms of challenges, that would, I can't really say that there are any challenges. And when I
So
say
it's
that,
hunky-dory, you guys, everything is fine?
hold on, don't get me wrong. When I say
Okay.
that, we look at this as opportunities.
Okay.
And so what we've done is we've partnered with other organizations, projects and entities as it relates to eliminating and minimizing marine waste, focusing on sensitization, getting the information out there, getting people to be aware of how it impacts the marine ecosystems and in turn impacts us as individuals and as a country on a whole. For instance, the St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas, we've been partnering with them with hosting coastal cleanups.
Yes.
This is different to beach cleanups. Coastal cleanups, we've done some where we involve in water work. So we look at the trash that we find near the shore on the beaches as well as what is on the shores.
Okay.
Yes, and there's also one coming up this month in case you want to participate or if anyone out there listening wants to participate on the 26th of March. You can
Yes.
register on the St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas Facebook page. You get to pick a beach. There are a list of beaches located there. So if there's a beach area that's close to where you live, or if there's an area that you feel particular about, you can go there. And it's a lot of these types of initiatives, as I mentioned, getting individuals to feel responsible for the environment.
Okay, so there is a beach cleanup, St. Kitts Clean Seas, on the 26th
Sixth
of
of
March, and you can select the beach you want to go to. I believe they're tackling about 15?
Yes, about that.
Yes.
Also, there's a plastic bottle drive on the 19th of
Yes.
March, where you can take bottles, plastic bottles, glass bottles, detergents from home, stuff like that, to Admiral's.
Yes.
That's behind where the sugar factory used to be, where Domus,
Yes.
that manufactures windows. Between the hours of 8 and 12, you can take plastic bottles there, and what they do is they recycle those.
Right.
So it goes a long way. It might seem like it's a small dent, but as old
No,
people
it
say, one
really-
full basket.
Yes, and it really does go a long way because I believe the MAB, we had done a beach cleanup in Keys, and with just that one beach cleanup, we were able to, I believe we removed over 1,000 pounds in terms of waste, just
Yes.
plastic waste. And so that's just one beach. So imagine what we can do
With
with
all the other
15
beaches, yeah.
beaches that they're going to be tackling. I believe it's 15 that they're going to be tackling this time. So that's a lot of beaches, and that means there's a beach somewhere near you that you can
Yes.
go and you can assist in
I
terms
like
of
that
cleaning
one.
up.
Clean a
Yes.
beach near you.
Yes, clean a beach. Oh, y'all had to pay me for that. Clean a beach near you. Find one that's near you. Is there a contact is there a contact person that persons can reach out to, or do they just go to St.
The
Kitts?
registration form is there, so you fill out a registration form.
Where is the registration
on
form?
the Facebook page?
On the Facebook page,
Yes,
and can
St.
you
Kitts
say the
Nevis Clean-
Facebook page for them again?
St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas.
St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas. That should be very, very easy to remember. Just remember St. Kitts and Nevis, and just remember the objective of having clean seas, and you should be able to just type that in, and it will pop up, I'm sure.
PRO.
Register. Yeah, kind of like my, the position that they give me. So it should be easy to navigate. Go ahead, fill out the form, and find a beach near you. But if you don't want to find a beach near you and you want to take a drive, I'm sure that's not a problem either. And then on the 19th?
On the 19th, yes, of March, that's where we have the plastic bottle drive. And this is also in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and several other stakeholders, private and public.
Yes.
And so, like I said, these are some of the ways that we've been looking at overcoming the challenges of getting the message out there and actually putting things in place as it relates to the reduction of waste in the environment itself.
Yes, because the Sustainable Council, which Solid Waste and Marine Resource is also a part of, takes on these initiatives and support any entity that is doing something of the sort in order to basically make tourism and the country sustainable. And that definitely, in terms of focusing, we must focus on keeping the country clean. That's important to our health. That's important to our environment, and that's important to us financially as well. Let's not forget the pockets. So, any last words?
Well, I just want to encourage persons out there, to be more responsible. Get your reusable water bottles and stuff like that. Choose not to take plastic bags from the supermarket.
Look at
I saw that.
Okay.
Kudos,
Kudos
get your
to
reusable
Azim.
bags, when you go to the supermarket. The SDC had a plastic challenge.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone from Solid Waste took the challenge, but it's where you make a vow, and you say, I'm gonna reduce the amount of plastic that I use. So whether it's not gonna take plastic bags from the supermarket, whether it's not gonna buy water bottles, or I'm gonna refill water bottles or something like that. Anything that you can do personally.
Yes, I took on that challenge prior to becoming a member of the SEC. However, I have seen other persons taking up that challenge, especially more recently.
Yeah.
Individuals are really making a conscious effort, and I can always refer to my mom with the guilt trip. She feels this guilt trip now whenever she goes to the supermarket and has to use plastic bags. She goes back into the car for her reusable bags and so forth. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, we're stepping in the right direction. And so continue.
Yeah, I would like to commend persons like those who are doing that, sharing that sense of responsibility for the environment. I try my best. I will admit that, of course, from time to time it slips me. It's so easy to end up with a plastic bag.
Yes, it is.
It's really
Yes.
easy. So, to everyone out there, do what you can do. As to steel water departments, they add every drop counts,
Exactly.
Just say so every little bit that you do, it counts towards the greater good.
And I just want to add, guys, we really do not need to use straws. We really don't. I mean, straws are so detrimental to the marine environment, and not just that, but it's unnecessary. I remember, I believe it was yesterday or day before, somebody gave me, I think it was yesterday, and they gave me straws with the drinks. I was like, no, I don't want any. She said, oh, you're a lady. Now, I personally do not like beers. I don't really drink beers. I'm more of a cocktail girl. But if you can drink a beer without a straw,
You can have a cocktail.
you can
without
have a juice, anything else without a straw. Right? Because most people do not drink
But then
Beers
there's the
with straws.
opportunity now to buy other types of straws, you know.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
biodegradable
So we as consumers need to ensure that the suppliers are bringing in the straws that we want to use. Okay? So start to refuse those plastic straws and start to ask for those other straws. I know sometimes they melt in your mouth, but hey, it's the sacrifice that you have to make for the
Hurry up
greater
and drink.
good. Yes. Yes. Hurry up and drink. So you know what? This is a good one. In terms of the shopkeepers, bring in those other type of straws that melt in your mouth, because persons will hurry up and drink their drinks and
buy
either
another
they
one.
will go, so that they make space for someone else, or they buy another one very quickly. Okay?
You shift
So-
that to marketing now.
Yes. Also another hat I wear sometimes. So guys, thank you for joining us right here on Win FM 98.9. Please do join us again next week at 8:30 a.m. sharp. We will try to be 8:30 a.m. sharp, of course, and we will be having another guest with us, continuing on the same line of why waste matters, because it truly does. So take care, everyone, and have a blessed week. And don't forget, waste matters. Thank you.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineering.
Supermarket shoppers understand that convenience matters. At Hortsports Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Ample parking and the widest variety matter. At Hortsports Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Clean, spacious aisles and the highest level of customer service all matter. At Hortsports Value Mart IGA, price matters most. We've renewed our commitment to guarantee the lowest prices in the Federation. Why? Because we understand that in this tough economic environment, price matters most. Shop smart. Shop Value Mart, where price matters most. Farms Estate Nevis and Wellington Road, St. Kitts.
Price matters most.
It's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Island Tea right here with Media SKN. We just got through with Talking Trash, and now it is tea time. With your faves, Kevin and Azim, featuring Jade, Winnie Gwen, Adita, CPL Matters, Stuart Johnson on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Terrific Tuesdays, according to Gawain.
I'm 5 seconds for falling out, Jay.
Jade, you're going to be all right. Jade, you're going to
Sleep, I kick me.
I tell you, you know who they wake up these jumpy hours start about they're going to work and say
Bye.
8 o'clock in the morning you're up.
Ridiculous. Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of having to go to work for 8 o'clock?
Nobody could tell me. They know we have electricity now. We ain't got to work with the sunlight no more.
Times have changed, but we have not.
Yeah, yet another example. Yet another example of how we refuse to move with the times. But alas, I digress.
We move. That's my favorite slang. We move.
We move. What does that even mean?
Yeah, but I love
I was
it.
Hey. Oh boy.
You know how we don't know what things mean, but in our head we know what they mean?
Yes.
That's what's happening here.
Article.
Article, exactly.
Article.
Perfect
That's
example.
That's a very article message right there. Very article. But Jade, let us give a quick corona update and situation report. I can go ahead and guess how many active cases. I just want to make a guess, but
What's a guess?
Is it 4 by chance? Would it happen to be 4?
Well, you know, friend, as of yesterday, 14th March, we confirmed 1 case of coronavirus in the Nevis Island, our brethren across the water, bringing our total number of cases to 4.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
But they want to move off this 4 bar.
I believe that they may have just, you know what happened? You had somebody in the quarantine was just like not playing well with the others and they decided, but we got to move into Nevis.
Yeah, you're looking a little quiet. I'm looking a little quiet over there.
Bye, go in. I'm telling you, it is now firmly planted in conspiracy land.
Yeah, we've been on 4 for a while.
They're just making up this 4.
We've been on 4 for a while. But speaking of vaccination numbers, apparently, minor changes to vaccination numbers. Officials say they may end the publishing of the daily reports.
It ain't looking good.
Ain't looking good. Ain't moving.
But that exactly ain't looking good.
So COVID-19 vaccination reports may no longer be published daily, according to Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph N. France General Hospital. In a brief dialogue with Win FM on Monday, March 14th, Wilkinson disclosed that vaccine reports may be published weekly and not daily because the day-to-day numbers are not changing significantly. Having more than 80% of the adult population vaccinated against COVID-19, some of whom are boosted, Wilkinson said health officials continue to urge the less than 20% of adults who have not been vaccinated to do so, adding that the turnout recently has been pretty slow.
All they got to do is just come out and say, oh, we made a mistake. It's actually only 30% of the population who has been vaccinated. You guys need to go out again. Okay. As
it relates to the children's vaccine coverage, that too has been quite slow, said Dr. Wilkinson, sharing his opinion on this regard. I believe parents have a false sense of security that over the past 2 years, not many children have been infected, and those who were, they did pretty well. So they probably don't see the reason to come forward and get them vaccinated. He further shared that a number of adults got infected from children and the outcome was quite bad, thus emphasizing the importance of everyone being vaccinated. Referring to the COVID-19 situation report, Wilkinson noting that there are 3 active cases in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. He informed that there has been a trend where whenever there is a death or a peak in cases, persons come out in their numbers to be vaccinated. Though active cases are very low, Wilkinson encouraged the people of the Federation to not become complacent, he said. The virus is still here and it presents a threat, so the best protection is still the vaccine.
You have a comment, Jane?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean,
the truth is really, this is the reality of the situation. People don't like to admit it, But those people who were going to go get vaccinated have gone.
Yeah.
The people who go get vaccinated now is because it is required by something they have to do, generally travel.
Yeah.
And people don't feel comfortable giving their children the shot.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I'm sure those differ.
Yep.
One of the reasons when I talk to certain parents about their position is the fact that the child don't get corona 2 and 3 times. So they got it up there.
I did not mean to lie.
But that's what they're saying, Jade. My child don't get corona. Not see, Jade, people, is that what they're saying? Child don't get corona, so they ain't study about a shot.
Bye, listen.
And for those who children ain't gonna go, and for the children who ain't gonna corona, somebody in the class get it and return in 6 days. So, like,
yeah, the reality is that we have a very difficult fight trying to get them kids vaccinated.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's right or wrong, but
Just-
that's the reasoning.
Music festival releasing on having a release party on the 25th of March.
25th. That is next week, Friday. Yeah,
No.
Friday or Thursday, something like
Yeah,
that.
next week. Anyway, we have some special friends in the studio.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, that mean when they come, that mean things happening.
Things happening. I was waiting for them to get announced. Yes. Oh my God. You think today's the day? Think today's the day?
I doubt it, friend.
You don't,
I don't-
what?
I doubt it.
Jade,
Yeah.
have a little faith.
You're right. You're right. Have a little faith.
So we're gonna go right into this conversation.
Yeah, man. I think they're ready for us, and we're ready for them.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce our friends in the studio to our friends who are listening?
Yeah, so this morning we have Digital back to give us some wonderful information, I'm sure.
As always.
Good morning, Ashma. Good morning, Ashma's guest.
Tanya. Good morning to you guys and good morning to our listeners. So yes, I'm back, of course, to tell you how our campaign's been going, who our winners are so far. I'm so sorry, but your name did not call on that list.
What?
No, it did not.
We was looking for
in that Jade, they're just waiting for the grand prize to call it.
So as you know, we have our 50K Prime Plus jackpot draw still on. That campaign ends on April 8th. We started on February 25th, and I mean, we've got a lot of engagement from it. And all you have to do is activate a Prime Plus bundle to qualify. So I'm going to announce 2 of our winners that we had so far. We had $1,000 cash winner, and then today we call Mr. Addison Warner, Mr. Gavin Amory, who won 1 year free mobile service. And
What?
he did. And he asked me if this was a prank call.
I would ask the same thing.
Yes. He was like, is this a prank call? I was in no, sir, you just won 1 year free service, compliments Digicel, by simply activating a 30-day Prime Plus bundle.
Well,
Look at that.
congratulations to them both.
And Mr. Addison Warner won $1,000 cash last week. He was very shocked, but he said that he's a constant winner of Digicel, so he wins in Shake to Win, and he was very lucky to win $1,000
Need to go shake this man's hand.
I was about to say, Adam, that's what you need to talk to. Figure out his strategy.
I need to go shake his hand and see what's going on with the luck there.
I know.
And this week's prize is a 10.2-inch iPad. So all you have to do is activate a Prime Plus bundle for your chance to win an iPad. Our winner selection will be next week, Tuesday. So all you have to do, guys, activate a Prime Plus bundle in the MyJudicel app. And for those of you, you could check your raffle tickets in the app. You go to the app and you look for my bundles, active bundles, and then it will show you the amount of raffle tickets that you've accumulated by simply activating your Prime Plus bundle. So
Okay.
again, so
And
many
the iPad,
amazing
you know.
prizes.
See?
I mean, $50,000. Who wouldn't want to win $50,000?
I don't know that
Plus,
person.
there's a second prize of $15,000 and a third prize of $5,000. So there's cash up for grabs. And then we have a few more prizes after we've selected our iPad winner next week. So we have 6 months free postpaid service. We have a Samsung smartphone up for grabs. And we also have $1,000 shopping spree still up for grabs.
Jade,
I could do it there,
I could do with all
but I don't
of
qualify,
them.
so I just...
Anyone. Wait, no, my iPad ain't holding the charge, you know. So you know what I mean. Next
Oh,
week for me.
wow. Activate your Prime Plus bundle. You have a chance.
Again? Okay, wait, no.
Keep playing, Azim. Keep playing. You don't know you might win.
Of course, keep activating your Prime Plus bundle in the MyDigital app. And of course, shake on a Saturday for a guaranteed win where you could win Prime Plus cash, also up for grabs. So every Saturday, as part of the campaign, you can shake in the MyDigital app and win cash. So you can win $100 cash, $50 cash. There's money up for grabs everywhere with Digicel.
Well, Jade. Ask my mom in shake. She ain't no been shake since 1993.
You better get to it. You better get to it. Because, again, the only way for you to win is if you participate. You have to shake on a Saturday.
That's right. So, of course, just to go over our campaign, there is $50,000, guys, up for grabs with our Prime Plus Jackpot campaign. That campaigns end on April 8th, where we'll select a winner. And of course, our weekly prizes are still up for grabs. I'm going to just mention those again. We have an iPad, which we'll select a winner next week. We have 6 months of free postpaid service. We have $1,000 shopping spree still up for grabs. And then we have a smartphone as well. So we have 6 prizes available in this campaign. And congratulations to our 2 winners thus far. Mr. Gavin Amory, congratulations on your free mobile service that we announced this morning. And Mr. Addison Warner, who won $1,000 cash last week. Congratulations to you guys.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Well, guys, remember Digicel. Jump over to Digicel. Do some nice little shaking on a Saturday. Make sure you enter to win these amazing prizes. Azim, you say you want an iPad, get to it.
Yeah, honey girl.
Yeah, and we'll hear from Digicel some more about their ongoing campaigns.
Of course, and I mean, if you cannot activate a 30-day, you can do a 1-day, that still qualifies you to win.
Yeah, exactly. See there?
They're just activating like crazy, yeah.
That's all you got to do.
You understand what's going on?
That's all you got to do, and you will win. You will
That's
win.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you coming and updating us. And again, congratulations to all the winners. And I'm sure those of you listening are looking forward to your chance to win and hear your name called as part of the winners list for one of these amazing prizes coming up. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Stick and stay.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Win FM 98.9 keeps you connected. Even when you're on the go, join the Win FM WhatsApp messenger service. Our WhatsApp number is
662-2204.
Be a Win FM iReporter. Send us your photos, videos, news tips, or even news items for consideration. Remember the number
662-2204.
Take notes. Welcome back, guys, to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN on Terrific Tuesday. And we are continuing with more tea time.
Indeed. I love how they're just on here having a whole conversation about straws.
Oh, yeah. Watch, the YouTube live in particular does be vibesy.
Mm-hmm.
That be vibesy.
Yeah, man.
They have their own little community. Sometimes I wish I was just busy talking to them instead of like on the ear just banging them out. But hey, we all have our cross to bear.
Ooh, so we want to talk about You know what? Let me talk about St. Kitts before we jump into some other countries.
Yeah, people tend to care about St. Kitts.
As they should.
As do I.
As well.
I love my country, you know.
Yes, and that's why we work so hard. And we say what we need to say and hope the right person listening does what they should with the message.
Say what you need to say. Sorry, continue.
You finished?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. So, St. Kitts and Nevis one step closer to finalizing country implementation plan.
Implementation?
Yes, implementation plan. What did I say just now? Implementation? That's not a word, but you know. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis is one step closer to finalizing its UN Country Implementation Plan, CIP, following a key stakeholders meeting aimed at reviewing and confirming national priority areas to which the UN support should be closely aligned. In essence, the purpose of the meeting was to have an opportunity to engage key stakeholders within the Federation on several national priorities which the UN development system intends to provide programmatic support to St. Kitts and Nevis over the next 2 years, so that they are fully apprised of the process and can adequately prepare to receive the support and work closely with the respective UN agencies when specific programs and projects are started, said the United Nations Country Coordination Officer for St. Kitts and Nevis, Cuthbert Woods.
You got Kazi one time.
The expectation is that the CIP will help to enhance the coordination of the UN support in country in a more cohesive and strategic manner to ensure that we create synergies across the thematic areas and minimize overlap in terms of the support being provided.
Kazi, by saying a lot of words there.
I still... Let me see if I can reach... Okay. They're telling us what the meeting was about?
No, they're actually working on basically becoming compliant so that they could then receive support from the UN as it relates to specific developmental programs.
That's good.
So they're nearing that. What happens is a lot of times, in order for you to really benefit, qualify, be a part of some of these programs, you have to have certain things in place. So they're at a place where, see, for instance, a lot of these things involve a lot of money, and so they don't just like give money.
Yeah, they don't just up and give you money.
Yeah, and things like that. So you need to make sure proper oversight and stuff like that.
Make sure you ain't squandering the money, corruption, all them good things.
Corruption? What are we talking about, chicken?
Listen, you don't slander chicken, okay? Chicken has been there for us since before the dawn of times.
Since before the dawn of time, oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's not. Let us not. I think that message on the line for you. I don't know how you're going to go about it, but me and the male person on the show, so I know it for me.
Well, I mean, a phone conversation. I mean, my number is easy to find.
True.
That's true. I'm a number all around, man.
True. So yeah, good things. I hope they get through this in a timely process, but also making sure that they touch on the topics that are very important to us and to the Federation, and what will help us move forward with whatever aid or programming they plan to put in place.
Well, yeah, looking forward to hearing more about it, because a lot of times, you know, we hear about these things and it just feel like a lot of talk shop, right? I think that'll be the concern, that there's a lot of nice fancy words and meetings and men in suits and women in pantsuits, and it just like, okay, we ain't hear about nothing again.
Yep.
But hopefully it's not the case. Hey, let me tell you something, right? That's one thing I just wonder about is St. Kitts. St. Kitts got a lot of ground breaking and then you never even know nothing about them again.
The amount of hotel done break ground and hotel not open.
Oh my gosh.
Me just swallow.
Where them developers gone?
All these ceremonies and then nothing.
Jade,
we'll have a good ceremony, St. Kitts, you know?
One morning I wake up, I'm landing. One morning I'm just going to say bye, the person calling for real. Man, if this person, you know what?
You're going to put them on blast?
David House of the Grandmasters Band, you're live on Island T.
After the demand, so.
I'll call you after the show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the demand, so.
But yeah, that is one of the things. I remember I was saying, one morning I wake up, right? And then they're out there sipping my bush tea as usual. Right? Out there sipping my tea as usual. And I just realized a lot of like SUVs passing in front of my house.
They come with the police escort and the lot of noise.
Yeah, there's some police escorts there. They ain't had on the sirens, thankfully, because it would have disturbed my peaceful morning looking out over the Bastille Valley. And I was like, where are these SUVs going by?
Ceremony time.
So we had something happening. I said, okay.
Well, there was going breaking this time.
A hotel? They were going breaking a hotel?
I know it, you know.
That there was
I don't even know why I asked.
That was about 8 years ago. Up to now, me see nobody passed back over there. Not one SUV. I don't know what hotel it was supposed to be there. I didn't go to the ceremony. I was like, weird.
Especially in the western side of the country, there are a lot of ground-breaking hotels that never seem to open. I don't know.
They go and just break and then they find something they didn't like. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, boy, it's strange.
Now, maybe we should just stop having ground breaking because then you can't. When you don't break, you can't use it.
Yeah.
When things break, you can't use it, Jade.
And why we keep opening hotels but not opening them? Then a little suspicious. Is it me?
It's the developers, Jade. It's the developers.
I'm still trying to demand them that they demanding the money. That's still happening?
Jade, money not there.
Still?
Money not there.
Yeah, me man.
There's a pandemic, money not there.
I feel like I drive down there the other day and I see little things happening.
No, money there. There's money not there for them.
You think they send home them workers? They exile them.
They send them home. Maybe they send bats or something. Or maybe like over Sabre Station. It was a small boat ride over from where it was actually.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
You could literally see it from where it was.
True.
So I don't know. But
I just find it very strange that we always popping up with a new hotel, but the hotel never open.
The thing is, right, people don't understand development game here. Like, the development game, like, let me ask you a question. Anybody know the exact number of people that don't own Marriott?
Sorry, that was an atrocious noise. I'm sorry.
Anybody know the exact number?
How many people don't own Marriott? The one that we have?
People think Marriott own Marriott here.
The one that we have, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, people think, like, Marriott, like, own Marriott. Which is, like...
Just how they think. Anyway, I was about to say something just now, but...
Anyway.
We're not lawyer, she and me and money.
No, but the thing is, we need to know how these things work.
Yeah.
So then we're not, like, all surprised and think. You know how much people might have been there at the time, like, looking forward to that because, well, wow, okay, then, I mean, more things come in, more work come in and things. But nobody... The hotel might continue, but who knows?
Yeah. It's two of them. I think it's two of them. Outstanding. I know the one down so.
Jade, I can't even tell you what the one was supposed to be.
Neither me by.
Up by my area there.
You had one up by you too?
That's Jade, I tell you, I was on my landing in the morning.
Yes.
I was on my landing in the morning, and the thing about it, you know what? The most. I was. Although that happened, I was actually a bit thankful because, although I might have been a bit mistaken, prior to that, the 2 days before that, I realized by Public Works up there fixing up my road by. I said, what?
You thought?
I said, what? I said, even if the road ain't getting paved, at least they remembered us. They come, they trod on some nice dirt, like. I don't know if it was like asphalt they're ripping up from about the airport or whatever, smooth out the road for me. I remember I was coming home today and was like, wait, this is
Feels
my
like
road?
Christmas?
I was like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
How that's been going for your friend?
Girl, since they done they go and break it, nobody come back up there.
You're right, they go on and break. We were done gone again.
Alright, let's see what this caller got to say. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. Talk to us.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing great.
So far, so good. I can hear it in your guys' voice. No, you're so correct. Marriott Hotel is actually Royal St. Kitts Beach Hotel. But it's operating under the name brand of Marriott. So he will do all the regulations that Marriott carries out. Just like the building for KFC, you know who that is owned by, but it's operating under the regulation.
Franchise,
and
yeah.
what you call the branding name of KFC. But the owner doesn't really. So what they do, they actually pay KFC a franchise name to use the name and use all the products from KFC manufacturer. So the hotel operate in a similar manner, and so that is the way it is. But there's really no existing of the Marriott, so they're paying a brand name, you know, a name branding for using the Marriott. That's what happened.
Yep. Appreciate it.
And it's actually owned by the Vic Design family. So, well, if it's owned by Vic Design, the family and the brothers actually own it. So that's the way it is. The public really should know these deals and so on and what's happening and how it is. And so they will have an understanding.
Yeah.
And the golf course is now controlled by the Marriott Group, which comes under the Vic Design.
Yeah.
And that is why the golf course take a head dive because of how it was set up. Actually, the golf course actually belonged to the government and people of St. Kitts, but it's under a long-term lease.
Long-term lease, yeah.
Which wasn't properly managed. And so they, in my opinion, they inflate the cost of refurbishing. And that is why it stayed so long to actually come back to government, and that's why it stayed so long that it was not reopening, because they could choose what they want to do, whether they want to open it or close it. And so it's strangled our tourism system, because it's one of the biggest things for tourism moving golf. And it's a pity that you have to be in the position that it is. So our hotels should have had priority choice to the golf course, and it would have opened our tourism system much better than the way that it is functioning at this moment. Thank you very much, and do have a great day.
You as
I
well.
appreciate you. You do the same. Yeah, Jay.
Remember that I was having some back and forth about the golf situation for you.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to one of the guys from the association that had come here, and they had, up to a few months ago, they were still having problems. But I do know people the golf course is open. I don't know. I'm hoping that means that the local association, has access and has been, has been able to go back out and play.
Yep, hope so as
We
well.
might have to look for update on that.
Devon, I know you're listening.
But yeah, when I remember when I first learned about how development work. This wasn't even here. This was, I had a friend of mine who was involved in development, and was involved in developing like housing in the US, like big housing developments. And the man said, bye, like this housing development, we can own it for maybe a year or two, and then we can sell it. And all we're gonna do is just build up one building. I was like, oh, that's what we got. The man said, yeah, the last person got it.
At least that was something.
It's supposed to be 12 buildings. They bought it from the previous person who got a deal from the local government, and they did the groundbreaking, and then they sold it at a profit. And then the person came in, built up one thing, and then sold that at a profit. And then we can come in and we might build 2 buildings. And then we'll sell that at a profit, and the next person, so on and so on and so on and so on and so on.
Profit then all over.
And everybody profiting a couple millions.
Speaking of millions, friend.
What happened with millions? You have some for me?
I wish I had some for me. But so something that I found very interesting yesterday. It says the EU moves to end citizen by investment. PM Brown not pleased.
Nobody pleased.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Keeping countries afloat, CBI.
That's the jingle?
That's the jingle.
Oh dear. So, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister, Gaston Brown, is among the first regional leaders to write to the European Union requesting that it reconsider its intention to phase out the Citizen by Investment program in the Caribbean. The EU Parliament voted recently to ask the Commission to formulate a strategy to eventually request that the CBI programs be removed in Antigua, Dominica, and St. Kitts and Nevis, and all other countries allowing citizenship by investment. In essence, these countries could be given an ultimatum by the EU to end their citizenship by investment program or face visa restrictions. Face visa restrictions. Oh dear. I have taken the opportunity to write to them to let them know the impact that they are about to inflict on our CIP programs.
Tell them mind it.
And the
That's
impact.
done. Yeah.
And the impact on our economies, Brown said on Saturday. His letter also included, according to him, evidence that Antigua and Barbuda probably hold the most robust due diligence process before citizenship can be granted. Citizens from these countries who are trying to access citizenship under the program would have to get clearance from Interpol, a review of their financial background, and a police report from their country of residence, PM Brown added. Brown believes that the CIP does not represent any risk to these countries, as the EU would put it. As far as we are concerned, we are no collateral damage, he said. Brown said about 10% of the country's revenue comes from the CIP, which in other countries, their economies are almost absolutely reliant on their CIP. If they are successful in undermining our CIP, it will create problems for the OECS currency union countries. You can imagine the impact on these countries, Brown added. Meanwhile, Nuri Katz, the president for Apex Capital Partners, a licensed agent throughout the world for CIP, said the latest news should be taken seriously, even as the actual process may be long in coming. They, the EU, have been talking about this for a long time. They haven't made an official request yet of the countries. There may have been some unofficial approaches, but the EU have not yet made the decision, and that request may take a while, he said. According to the well-versed CIP agent, to achieve such a goal, the EU has to come up with a strategy that would have to go to the parliaments of all CIP countries. I think CIP countries should gather around the stakeholders in the industry and start making a strategy to try to work with the EU to fashion a response that will allow the CIP countries to maintain the program and the visa-free travel to Europe, he added. He had some more things to say, but...
Jade, let me ask you a question. What do you think the real purpose of this?
The EU watching us make too much money and decide they know how to really capitalize on it, so they have
they
to
want
do
to
something.
kill the developing countries. That's all it is.
Yeah, simple maths. They're literally watching us get to positions that they do not. But they don't understand that they can't control.
Jade, there's European countries doing the same thing. What are they talking about?
Yeah. But ours shouldn't reach them levels. That's the problem.
Jade, we have to get... Jade, part of the due diligence checks, right? And the background checks and all this thing that they do. Halfway coming through the premier European intelligence agency.
Interpol.
It running through their own agency. Yeah? They got to get clearance from their own agency before we could decide to do this.
Exactly. Like we could just get up and look at a paper and say, yeah, man, you could come. Give one. No, it's like what, man?
If you like my issue, this is my issue. If the problem was really and you realize they don't really state what the issue is. They just be like, oh, we ain't like it. And if you are then stop, we just take away our visa-free relationship. One of the problems is we are always afraid, you know. But I wish we just tell them there. We want I need visa to come here. I wish we would tell them so sometime. Yeah. No problem. Because let me ask you a question. When the Americans them coming here, what visit they come on?
Oh?
But we gotta jump through hoops, go Barbados.
Go all over the place, spend all kind of money, got people telling you, no, come back again.
For what reason? They can't tell you what reason. No. Keep your money going.
Depends on the mood if they're a little, you know.
But anyway.
But all the people from America and all over the place could just fly here.
What I'm saying is, if it was an issue, let's say, of security, then what needs to happen is a conversation about how we could make the process more secure.
Mm-hmm. But it's not that. It is not that.
It ain't about that. It's not about that. It's just about, we're looking at these countries.
They're
developing.
Yep.
They're taking advantage of the economies of scale. They're looking at places like Singapore that way smaller than them and somehow turning their economies into these like multi-billion-dollar economic engines. And let me tell you something. One of the problems is that everybody does see the potential in the Caribbean except the Caribbean. Everybody does see the potential in the Caribbean except the Caribbean.
No, big facts. Big facts.
And unfortunately, for them, they don't have the same plan to extract the resources and thing that we have here, like they have done in Africa and they've done here. They have a one-trick pony. They have a one-trick pony. They come in and they say, "Oh, you have these natural resources. We have the expertise to help you develop it, and manufacture it and extract it. And then you don't have that, so we'll come in and then rape up the people resources."
You mean like in Jamaica?
Right.
With bauxite?
So for a lot of these islands, they don't have a strategy put in place to suck us dry like that. But they don't like to see us develop, Jade. Like
No, of course not. Because I mean, if we develop, we don't have to depend on them.
All they have to say, right? And when I said they are talking about the leaders of the countries that they're threatening, right? All I have to say, hey, if you all have an issue, right? Clearly state what the issue is, and then we can find ways to work together to deal with the issue. The answer is not to take away one of the main sources of income for all these countries.
That's crazy.
That
how
is
they could just
insane.
They could just decide, you know what? I realize that this is really helping the economies that have these programs installed to stay afloat and to develop and to get better. But we ain't like it. So we're going to stop it.
Let us work together to ensure that the process is as secure as it can be.
Well, they could just
That is all you need to do.
Oh, wow. You see what happens when we give certain powers too much power? They could decide ridiculous things like these.
This is why I keep telling people I personally have an issue with what I'm seeing in the Ukraine and Russia. You understand? When one country gonna look at another country and try to determine what you need to do because it's in my best interest and falls in line with my goals and my thing, I got a problem with that. Because
everybody should have a problem with that.
Because we in a very vulnerable position.
Because if you could do that to them, what's to stop you from doing it to us?
Jade,
what's to stop any big country to decide that, you know what, them little countries down in the Caribbean, we want a couple of them.
Jade, let me tell you something, right? That is why I just feel so scared. It'll be scary when you start hearing people taking World Bank money. When you people start taking World Bank money, it's like, man, but they're gone in here. The country gone in here. Because when World Bank start to tell you, do this and do that and do this.
You can't tell them, no, you got the people their money. You have the money.
Austerity measures, guys.
So basically, the World Bank don't just be buying countries?
I just believe that there's a few things, there's a few takeaways here. One, recognize what the purpose of these types of initiatives. Recognize what they are. Recognize that we have to violently protect the things that work best for our economies.
Indeed.
Right? And three, we have to recognize the potential that everybody else sees in us for ourselves. We have to begin to recognize the potential. We have to. Because when we start talking about independence, one of the things that really affords you to be independent is financial freedom and economic freedom.
Yep.
Right? So we can't be just playing all willy-nilly
And
with
waiting
these.
to see what's going to happen. And no.
No.
These things should be the top of the list when it comes to serious priorities.
We need long-term plans. We
Mhm.
had last week. We had people in here from the Robotics Association, things like engineering. We keep talking about tourism and thing. Tourism is fine and dandy and nice, but we need
more.
We need more.
We need more. We cannot. We literally saw how it is when you depend on one source of income from a country.
Jade,
These things could stop.
let me give you a history that repeat itself, eh? History that repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
What was the thing, right? In the Caribbean, where a lot of persons saw a lot of countries saw a lot of money coming in. A lot of persons were able to get jobs with low barrier to entry, do better for themselves, etc. What was the last thing? And then what they do? They take it, pour word around it, make it a bad thing, and now everybody is like, oh, spooky. What was the last thing? Offshore banking, Jade.
Oh dear.
They come up with this word, money laundering. Oh my God! Oh my God! We have to put all these laws in place to stop money laundering. Oh!
Stop people from moving.
Because
their
no,
money to
I
different
want
countries.
because the people taxing the people their money. The people they say put the money down there.
Yep.
We make a little something on the money, we get some jobs, boom, 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 oh my God. The amount of legislation, and then they come and threaten you. Oh, we're gonna blacklist all you.
Yep.
We're gonna blacklist all you. I got these offshore banks down there, people hiding the money. Ah, but the same people who make the same people who making the laws them hiding the money down there too.
I hiding all money too.
When you hear about money laundering, nobody talking about all the banks them in Dubai and all the banks them in Switzerland, where they're doing the same exact things, Moldova.
No, they just call it offshore accounts. But when it's in,
Come down the Caribbean, oh, money laundering.
You see how we
And
mean?
they're gonna tell you, oh, we're gonna blacklist you. We take away visa. We make it harder for y'all to get visa. But the same threats every time. They do it every single time.
Yep.
They do it
Crazy,
every
innit?
single time.
It only good when it's for them. But it's for us.
Oh, is it drug dealers them sending the money down there? Oh.
Buy it's drug dealers though.
Thank you very much, Jade.
What do you mean? Don't forget.
All the politicians.
Why are you crazy
Anyway,
to yourselves?
that's what it's called. As I say, good morning, caller. You're live on Island Tea.
Good morning, my island team. Children, how you all there?
We're doing great.
My, boy, things ain't going good at all. Oh, watch you buck them up, You know, run them not that song there. Watch you buck them up. Wow. It's crazy out there. It's crazy, Jane. It's crazy. You think it's right for the company down there, bro, we carry up those things and ain't notify us a long time? That is not nice. Everybody know they ain't cooking them on wood. They ain't steaming them on wood, but that's not nice. And so I just want to make sure I go down in my bar this month and see where we were going on. They knock you under your belt with that heavy roller. No man, it seems as though really the rich can live and the poor can die in this place here. No farmer, nothing. Something but for 51 or gone up to 60 to 70 and so. Oh my gosh. Why they do that?
Well, see, everything is inflating because of certain things happening around the world. So.
Buy everything going up, buy everything
I
going up.
really feel like it's a Carib fault. I may really think it's Carib fault, per se. I feel like they had to.
Yeah, but they could come, Jade, I mean, 51. You can't say about 55 with 62 and so.
The prices don't go based on what we feel like they should be.
Mr. Again, it's up to now 80 or 70. They just raised it last year, Jay. Up in October, or in August or September.
Come like they're telling you, go drink swank, boys. Go drink swank. Go drink swank, see?
Well, I say, Master, but you know, we did like the 3 for 10 down there. I said the thing was a 51. And some, they couldn't say, well, Okay, let me put it 55. I would have settled with it. Now I think 62. And they don't taste like water. They're very watery. You drink one. Man, you can walk from the top of the peak up there, the Mount Peak. Not a thing, do you? You don't feel not a little alcohol in it like before. So why would they don't get having sugar water? I said this company, and this is what the government supposed to. That's what we did. I don't hear you all say now, you all report now. We're supposed to talk about things what affect us the most. These things, who gonna come affect? I hear the people come on yesterday. What they was saying, and you're sure they want to get into something, you know. But when you must buy it, and when you buy it, bring it to consumers as well. Then they want supposed to walk down and see what we do it like how they used to do it long time. Check around the shelf of this week. Something I'm left for pack of macaroni for $3 now. And when you next week it's for $5. You question it and say, man, you for $3, put it to $3.50 now, or $3.75. Nobody doing nothing. It is like a crazy one. I mean, blaming Russia with nothing, you know. Because this thing was going up, seeping up all the time. But when it comes to this one company we have here, with no disrespect, I think we customer, you suppose God did not play the number by calling up there to order drink. You suppose to got J number, she's doing a little better. You suppose to got, because we calling, and in the computer. What you want to say? Nobody care about nobody no more. What we going to do? When you going to buy them deal for that deal? How we going to pay the building for the building? Nothing talk about the building, because something the building ain't so about the electricity. The electricity, and they're so smart, you know. I want me to rent nothing school, you know, as I have money out of school, but what I walk out when I see them school and they come, I wonder if a judging wrong law this Tuesday morning, the 15th. I walk out, you know. I wonder if they're working with the government. Because them cool and you know, as them not cool and like, if you left the man too long. 300 man. 350 man. 400. What?
Yeah.
What you say?
But thank
and that is how we knocking you. So when I lock off, my people say, I'm not needed. I say, you're going to help me pay the bill now? And,
but darling, thank you for your call. We have to move on to some other stuff because time running us down. But thank you for your call as usual.
So you talk too hard and then come out with no meeting. So what will be dogs?
Bye. If you're going to raise the price of the beer, you got to keep a meeting.
You got to tell the people.
You got to keep a meeting,
Yeah,
Jade.
man.
You can't be giving me a beer and me feeling a buzz. It's water you give me.
What is? Oh dear.
Bye.
Listen.
I feel not Lady Pain. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
really relate because I don't drink. But, I mean, the
Yeah.
drinkers, they must be balling right now.
Yeah. But imagine the company. Imagine the company having to raise the prices, knowing that for the next week, solidly, people going to cost them.
Thank you.
I mean, you think thank you?
Thank you once you're buying. But they think they care.
Yeah, I think
only
they care.
only one thing they care about, Jade, if you stop by.
And this could cause people to stop by, so that's why I say I feel like, you know.
Come on, Jade.
No, they will stop by. You.
Okay.
So let's end on a weird note.
Remember, a beer is a Caribbean.
A beer is a Caribbean. Let's end on a weird note today. So it says victim testifies he left Sarah Lawrence cult after being forced to wear diapers.
I mean, that's a good reason to leave a cult.
Yeah, you've been in a cult?
No, I lived on a commune for a little bit, but I didn't.
See anything weird?
It was entirely weird, but nothing was forced.
No diapers?
The weirdness wasn't forced. As a matter of fact, on that commune, instead of making you wear diapers, it was encouraged that you wear less than a diaper.
Naked?
That's
it was on a naked commune.
I didn't say that, Jade. I said it was encouraged
Okay.
that persons wear something less than a diaper. But, I mean, people have different things they're into.
They're into, yeah.
So,
You don't judge.
so what was going on in this particular cult?
Well, apparently the diapers were the final straw. A victim of accused.
We all have our limits.
I mean. A victim of accused Sarah Lawrence sex cult leader Lawrence Ray testified Monday that he finally escaped the group shortly after Ray forced him and his sister to wear diapers because they were acting like children.
I mean, that makes sense to me. If you're acting like children, you wear a diaper as a punishment. I mean, you see the things that some other cultures do to people who are acting up.
Listen,
This is light. Yeah, this is light work.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Santos Rosario on the stand for his third day of testimony in Manhattan Federal Court said he ditched the creepy cult in 2015 after growing more and more terrified of the leader of the Ray family. Actually, was following this, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was interesting. Rosario said he realized he needed to leave the cult after Ray ordered him and his sister Felicia, who was also a member of the bizarre cult, to sit around Ray's Upper East Side apartment wearing just diapers. Ray's right-hand woman, Isabel Pollack, who is also charged in the case, put the diapers on the siblings, Rosario said. Like physically? Like
I mean, Jade, come on, like, if you're gonna be wearing a diaper, like, you got to go full you got to go full experience.
They got pull-ups.
You got to go full experience, Jade.
Well, I guess. Nah. I don't remember the context of what we were being blamed for this time, but Larry said that me and my sisters were supposedly acting like children, and he had Isabella put diapers on us. We just waited there until Larry said we could take them off. Rosario, now 30, said he moved into a homeless shelter after 5 years in the cult rather than endure Ray's interrogations and physical abuse. I couldn't take it anymore. These interrogations with Larry started getting scarier and longer, and I couldn't articulate at the time, but I was terrified to be there. So I just looked for an opportunity to run away. I had been in the shelter before, so they sent me to the same one I had been in the year before. Rosario said. Ray has pleaded not guilty to a 17-count racketeering indictment that charges him with mentally, physically, and sexually abusing college students and other young adults between 2010 and 2020. Pollack has pleaded not guilty and will face a separate trial. Yeah, I should go look up this.
Yeah, that whole cult thing was very interesting.
Yeah.
But Jade, to me, most religions, most religious institutions, cults, most of them have some element of
strangeness.
I wouldn't say even strangeness. I'm talking specifically maybe punishment that comes off as, being a bit embarrassing, right? Like, I mean, we hear how certain people who be up in the hills, they have to lay down and let the priest walk on them as he enters the sanctum. Like,
yeah, walking on me.
So there's something. Look, Jay, do you ever get weird out of church?
Yeah.
I had to go sit in the back bench.
No, why?
Okay, so them is things. Them is the same thing. As a matter of fact, I might actually be able to make an argument that being read out of the church, having to go sit on the back bench, is worse than having to wear a diaper. A diaper is actually very freeing. It is like you're watching TV. You don't have to wait for the commercial. Can you imagine watching a movie, Jade? Watching a movie, there's no commercials. It's 3 hours. You could just sit there, Jade. But when you get read out the church, everybody watching you in the back bench, you thinking, Jade, just the act of having to go and confess to some man is strange to me.
Who do they confess their sins to?
The Catholics to the father, to the priest.
Who the priest does confess to?
Who the priest does confess to? God himself.
Oh, for sure?
He just attack.
I feel like there are more sins than most people, but anyway, I digress.
Well, I guess it depends on the particular priest, lad, man. I don't think all of them are bad. But
no, all ain't bad, but a vast majority making the
vast
good ones.
majority are big minority.
Big mind.
I don't know the numbers. But what I'm saying is every one of these institutions that intend to affect behavior of its members have some sort of discipline, some element of discipline. And it's not always when you die you're going to pay the cost. Sometimes you're going to pay the cost right now.
Yeah.
So this man really gone in the court because he leave because I think man, he punk out of the cult, man.
The diaper thing. The man said,
Punk
the
out
man
of the cult.
literally said the diaper thing was where I draw the line. y'all
So the
could physically abuse me.
Yeah,
y'all
sexual
could
abuse.
But the diaper thing, y'all
no,
guys fan out.
Yeah.
Y'all guys fan out.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. Last night I said the same phrase, you know. There's few things that motivate people quite like embarrassment, you know. Embarrassment is quite the motivator, you know.
No, it is.
Embarrassment is quite the motivator.
That's why I tell her I never want to be the main character in this country ever. I don't want to wake up and be the main character in this country.
I will move.
Trees and all.
Wow. But yeah, Jade, I mean, it is very.
It's unfortunate.
It's very.
As much as we're laughing, this is terrible. I hope you go jail if you do it for sure. Jail.
Yeah, but Jade, what I'm saying is, we have a lot of these things all around the world, you know.
We know.
And
what do you call it name here? That you were telling me about. Hey, you're telling me about the cult.
What?
I thought it was you.
You must be mistaken, my dear. And then the thing is, like I tell you, like a lot of times, is the only thing that separate the cult from some of the other things is not truth, you know, but popularity.
Mm-hmm.
The difference, watch, the only difference between some of these things is just popularity. It's just that, what you doing over there ain't as popular as what these people doing over here.
Yeah.
Some people will go to like there's this one particular church. There's one particular church. So don't say is the Methodist them or whoever, the Moravian them or whoever. One particular church where when I pass the church building and happen to look in, I just be very scared for the people in there.
There's couple. No, like there's one particularly.
There's either be very concerned, and sometimes I talk to people who attend the church, and ask them, you know, to give me certain, you know, certain things. No, just tell me certain things about the doctrine,
Mm-hmm.
and it diverts a bit from the traditional doctrine of like most of the evangelical churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, bye. You know, you're a cult?
They know. Of course,
I asked some panel time, I said, but you know, you're not cult back?
No.
The man said, you see, I just take the words there.
No.
I just take the words there and
what
think
you
and
describe
think.
it as a cult, sir?
I said, bro, this is not me questioning the validity of what you believe in here. I just telling you it's a cult.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I believe it's a cult. Because I ain't popular. I said, which other church you know? Like, are you here? He said, but it's a network of us. I said, so it's only one eye here. So yeah, I said, but you ain't popular then.
Yeah, in a cult.
You ain't popular. You ain't popular, bro. But the problem for me is that a lot of times these stories are accompanied with abuse, whether sexual, physical, verbal, emotional, and financial abuse. Cause a lot of times they're zugging out them and them pocket.
What? But let me tell you something about some other churches in this country, yeah? I feel like you ain't got a heart. I feel like you ain't got no kind of conscience, boy. You want to tell me some of you that's really got funeral and still pick up collection, even when the funeral ain't in a church? How I get this though? I just be coming to the funeral service with all your collection plate them?
Me not what I mean. What I mean ain't in a church.
You know, sometimes in church, well, you know, in churches there's a collection plate that is literally stored somewhere in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. You know, there's people that have funerals, right? And at the funeral, the churches come with their collection plate to collect the money.
But there's a cost, Jade. You think the church ain't got bills? The church got bills, Jade. The church got bills. What are you talking about? So the man must just come play organ for free. They must come turn on all the lights and the fan and the AC for you for free.
You hear what I'm telling you? outside the church, you know. Me talking about in the church, you know.
No, but so that's what I'm saying. So where the funeral is?
And let's, for instance, and as in we been to one, eh?
You mean the one on the field?
Yes, when they're on the field, them, how are you still bringing our collection plate? Me talking about the people them who in church, who have to turn on the electricity, who have to make the organ man church roof to fix, but we ain't on the roof.
Okay, so you're saying so there's a funeral on a field, and
they're still collecting collection.
Oh, okay, I got you.
How are you doing these things?
I got you. But which church?
You ain't gonna put me nothing.
No, what I'm saying is which church? Is it the church that the person went to? The pastor, the preacher
that's
is.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
They bringing the choir and the organs and not as them.
The preacher gotta get something, man.
Oh, okay.
The preacher gotta get something, Jade.
I see.
You tell me yesterday time is money. Yeah? Time is money.
But he don't get pay.
You don't know that?
No. I know. I do know.
Jade, no.
I do know.
Jade, no.
They're getting paid.
Oh, boy, that they rough.
Yeah, boy. But anyway, me and a pastor and being on a church, so I do I want.
No.
All I got is a little shot in the video.
Oh, my gosh.
We don't collect no collection here. So.
We need to.
I mean, at this point.
We need to.
If I could give these pastors money twice, I can't get some. I love us as much.
Obviously not.
We don't preach the gospel, just in a different way.
And on that note...
Tips for the service, indeed, bye.
On that note, we're going to leave.
Imagine you just tip the pastor. the pastor does collect tips.
I ain't got a problem with that.
The people, okay. You know what, you're right.
Well,
like grieving, what my mind is on right now is how much I got to go get the church. Well, on a field, grieving.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
Might as well be us.
Somebody got to do it.
I love it.
But guys, we got to leave. We got to go. We got to disembark.
Before we do, right? I just have one little thing to say.
Go ahead.
You see how your propaganda pages, them that out here doing things that y'all doing? We aren't to highway.
The propaganda pages, propaganda in still?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
All
our
Facebook,
pages who like to pick and choose, who picture and why you post and so when bigger things happening in the country, we aren't to highway. I'm going to start to hold our accountable. But proceed. I do I think. But we're watching highway.
The problem is that people love the propaganda pages.
Unfortunately.
That's what it is.
That ain't hard to do. Create propaganda about the people who creating propaganda pages.
The problem is that normally the propagandist, them they got the most skeletons in the closet here.
Exactly.
Them they got the most.
I mean, why you're afraid to dig them up? Dig them up. Dig them. I choosing violence today. Dig them up. Fight fire with fire. Don't let them slander you just so.
Slander back.
Slander back. What do you mean? Slander back.
And I was wondering sometimes if the people that on these pages does recognize how easy it was for them to make a page and realize that other people could do the same thing. Yeah?
And they're doing it. I tell her I just need to slander them back.
Yes,
counteract the propaganda. But anyway, that's the last word I had. Continue, friend. I ain't to slander me with a Saigon.
Propaganda? No, they don't make up things.
That's okay. Then you think they would just start to make up things for me? This is happening a long time. I accustomed. You're going to have to slander me.
Nobody slander me, please. I don't have the energy to slander back.
Me don't.
I don't have the energy to slander back.
One person got time and energy is me.
I am but a peaceful man.
That's okay, friend. I got you.
I just eat grapes and read my Bible.
And mind your business.
And mind my business.
I got enough strength for all of us. So let me do this.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, man. You know I got your back.
As she drinks her water, I mind her business. But guys, it's been amazing. We've had a great time this morning. Jade still got the face on it. Jade still in the Jade.
Sorry. Guy.
Wow.
You're going to see the wheels stirred in my head like, how am I going to cause chaos today?
Oh,
anyway,
my gosh.
No, I got things to do.
Yeah, but guys, appreciate you so much for joining us right here on Win Media SKN. Whether you joined us on Facebook, YouTube, Win Media SKN's website, or you listen to us on your radio at 98.9, we appreciate you so much. Indeed. The people that have been going cray on the live, big up yourself one time. You guys will make this thing sweet by the callers. Of course, we appreciate your contribution. Thanks to our friends from the Solid Waste Management Department for coming in today. Digicel as well for popping up and letting us know that people out there winning who are not me.
Shake to win, Oyo. Shake to win. That's a winning shake right there.
That's a winning shake, Jade.
That's a winning.
No, I could say that I have shaked once since 1993.
Shook, boy. You have shook. There you go, clip this. I say you shook with it, though.
I have shaked.
You have shook. Okay, stick
I
to
have
what you're saying.
shook. You can't say I have shook.
Ain't shook. I shook. I've shook. Listen, let's go off the radio. Here, can we start to talk now?
I've shaked.
Okay, you have shaked.
Yes.
And other people shake. All of you shake on Saturday. And remember to activate your My Digital plan to be in it to win it.
Indeed.
Money game with people.
Indeed.
Money, iPad, and other great things.
Indeed. But guys, remember, please, I am pleading, spend more time living your content than posting it.
Please stop posting the people that I'm sorry to see what is happening when I am posting. Just cook on you. Ain't everything I need to be in.
Just cook on you.
Sometimes delete the paragraph and just log off.
I don't wonder if people know they could just delete the post, you know.
Bye.
Sometimes when you realize the post going on a certain road, just delete the post.
It. Just delete it.
Delete it early. Sometimes if you got 3, 4, if you got certain people under your post.
From the comment, delete it. Because you know where you're going.
If you see 1, 2, it's like 4 or so specific people. You know, if there's 4 or so specific people that comment on your post, don't wait for the rest. Just literally just delete it one time.
You know where they're going now.
Yeah,
You know where they're going now.
So spend more time living your content than posting it. And remember, you can't buy everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We're going to see you guys tomorrow.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you